So next concept is about, which one is we can looking for is variable length. Okay. The next one is about the variable length parameters. So what is the meaning of this one? Actually, when you define a function, you have to understand that how many parameters you would like to pass. Sometimes I may don't know exactly how many parameters I need to pass. So in the case, whenever you define the function, it should be clear that how many parameters you would like to pass. In some case, I don't know exactly how many parameters I would like to pass. In that case, what we can do is we can use the concept called variable length parameters. Variable length parameters. So how they will work? So we can declare variable parameters, variable length parameters with the symbol asterisk. The symbol asterisk. So when you give asterisk a variable name inside the parameter value as a parameter value, that can understand there are no specific number of arguments we are passing. Take one example. I will say def add of asterisk a. So what is the meaning of this one? I want to pass one parameter or two parameters or three. I don't know exactly how many parameters I have passed. That's why we say asterisk a. The asterisk means there can be the one parameter, two parameter, three parameter, four parameter, whatever you can do. Then the question, how do we know? Take an example here. I would like to say the sum equal to 0 here for I in for I in A. For I in A, I ask sum equal to sum plus A. Sum equal to sum plus A. So what this concept here simply say or sum plus I, we cannot make in this one. So I will explain the logic clearly. I will call the function with 2 comma 3. So what is the meaning of this one? Here automatically the two parameters will be assigned. The first parameter 2 and the second parameter 3. Now what will happen? The initially sum value 0. The first value of I will become 2 because we have passed the first parameter value. And we are adding the sum. So the sum value should become 2. Then the second parameter value passed there. The sum is already 2. 2 plus 3, 5. So what will happen is, with the help of this iteration concept of first statement, we will take the first parameter value and add it to the sum. The second parameter value, add it to the sum. The third parameter value, and I'll keep on going. See this one. I passed two parameters here. I will change the parameter values of 1, 2, 3, 4. What will happen? Now it changes to 4 parameters. Likewise, you can be able to call any number of parameters. That's the advantage here. Generally, when you use a function, without parameters can possible, with parameters can be possible. But what this concept is clear that I am passing n number of parameters. In the first case, I am passing only 2 parameter values. The second case, I am passing 4 parameter values. These can be replaced with asterisk. So, sir, that is required to go A only. You can give any place, any name. If even name also no problem. If I say asterisk n also no problem. Then you have to say here A. But instead of A, you have to specify the n. Okay. So what the concept of this one is nothing but in some cases, exactly I don't know that how many parameters I need to pass to a function. In that case, we can use the concept called variable length parameters. Variable length parameter that will help us. Next one, the variable length keyword. Variable length keyword, sorry, variable keyword length, sorry, parameters. So what is concept? What is this concept is nothing but, so in some cases, I would like to display only the keys. For example, take a dictionary. A dictionary contains the key value pairs, but I would like to get only the keys. I don't require to think all the things. that we can use the concept is called the variable keyword length parameters. So how can we can do this one? We can create with the help of this one, we can able to create the pair of elements, the key and its value, the key and its value, the key, and if you want to perform, you can able to this. That's the concept of using this one. So this one, what you have to do? We have to use the double asterisk symbol. See, for variable length parameters, you have to use a single asterisk. When it is a variable keyword length parameter, we have to use a double asterisk key. You have to use the double asterisk. See some function here. I am using def add of double asterisk n. Double asterisk n. So when you say the double asterisk n, it becomes as the variable keyword length parameter. I say for I in n dot items. For I in n dot items, I'll say print I. So what the meaning of this one is, if I pass the multiple parameter values. So for example, see, I will say here add of, I will give the A value as 10 and B value as 20 and C value as 30 and D value as 40. So what will happen here is, it will take the A and assign value 10, B 20, C 30 and D 40. Now ultimately the output, how it look like is, it will look like a key value pair. So means nothing but the output should be like A 10 and again the B 20 and the C 30 and the D 40. So we are passing the value for the variable A equal to 10, B equal to 20, but what it taking as, it is taking as a key value pairs. Taking as a key value pairs. So this is the advantage of variable keyword length. So see this one. This example is different. For this example, what we are doing, we are not specifying the variable name. We are just passing the values. But in this case, I can able to specify variable name as well as value also. Try to understand the difference between both of them clearly. So in this example, I have given only the values. I have not mentioned the variable names. In this example, I have mentioned the variable name as well as the value also. So what will happen? 10 will be assigned to A, 20 will be assigned to B, 30 will be assigned to C, and 40 will be assigned to D. Ultimately, what is the output here? It look like a key value pair. Here, what are the keys here? A, B, C, D are the keys, and 10, 20, 30, 40 are the values. So this is the concept of variable keyword length. Well, come again. What are the different types of functions we have? Functions without parameters, function with default parameters, function without parameter, this one, and function default parameters, and function with keyword parameters, function with default keyword parameters, and function with the positional parameters, and function with the variable length parameters, and function with the variable keyword length parameters. These type of things we have to define the function. I will move to the next concept, that is about the concept of recursion. What is the concept of recursion? We have to understand first of all a recursion. What is the concept of recursion? It's a process of calling a function by itself. It's a process of a function calling by itself. So take an example. Sorry. Take an example. Add. I say here A equal to 10, B equal to 20. If you say print A, print A plus B. We call here add. So this will become as recursive because we are calling the function add by itself, right? Add itself. So what is the advantage of recursion means? We can able to do the repetitive activity. It's by own. Generally, the function defines, then we call it for any number of times. But here the function can call by itself any number of times. Okay. Generally, we can use the concept for the finding the factorial of a given number. Let's see two ways how to find the factorial. So factorial of a number without recursion. Factorial of a number without recursion. So what first I have to do? I have to take the value for n. Okay, I will take the value is n integer of input, enter value for n, right? So n value will be taken. Now the condition is if n equals to 0 or n equals to 1, I will say the factorial like factorial, and if n equal to 0, the factorial is 0 itself, print 0. Okay, L if n equals to 1, you can say print 1 itself, and else. So in the third case, if there is not 0 nor 1, the value is say next one is the different one is called n is more than 1. L if, you can say also here, L if n greater than 1, n greater than 1. So what I have to say here, I have to declare one variable. I will see the variable is factorial. The fact value I initially take as value is 1. See, I have a question here. Sir, why you are taking 1? Why can't you take 0? Because when you do the concept of product, you have to take 1. The concept of sum, you have to take the 0. So if, for example, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 2, 3. Say, when you get the same concept, you use 0 for the multiplication, 0 into 1, 0. Again, 0 into 2, 0. So output will be 0 becomes. That's why when you use the concept of product, you have to take the initial value is 1. When you take the product combination of sum, you have to take the initial value. Sum or subtraction, you have to take the value is 1, 0, right? So for summation or for subtraction, we have to take the value is 0. For product reason multiplication, we have to take the value is 1. That's why I take the factorial is 1 first initially. Now elif, what I am asking here is elif fact equal to fact into I. Fact into I. So what I have to say, I will say here for I in range of n comma 0, but I in range of n comma 0, fact equal to fact into I. That's it. The program is completed. Finally, I will display the factorial value. Print factorial is fact. So how the process will go? We'll take the value. If I give the 0, I will get the output is 0. 1, the output is 1. If I give the 2, what will happen? Go to here. I in range of what is n value? 2. 2. Next one 0. I will say minus 1 because I need to decrease the values. So from n to the 0, 1. So what the concept here, you have to understand, the factorial formula is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus etc. 1. So sir, now the question, sir, why you take 0 here? Because in the range concept, we have to almost take the upper values, not the lower values. If say n equal to, if we want to display number from 10 to 1, you have to say 10 to 0. 10 to 0 will take only up to 10, 1 only. If you say, for example, I would like to display number from 1 to 10, I say 1 comma 11. If you don't take 11, it will take up to 9 only. Say 1 comma 10, the range of 1 comma 10, it means that 1 comma 9 only. That's why in the same case, in the reverse order, if the n value is 6, for example, here, I have to go up to 0 because 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 0 means I always have to consider is the one number before that value. Okay. So here the n value, if you say 5 example, first 5, then the subtraction 1, 4, subtraction 1, 3, subtraction 1, 2, subtraction 1, 1. That's it. Because 0 means we have to go up to 1 only. So this is a program to find the factorial without the concept of recursion, right? So now move the same program into the concept of recursion. So for this, we have to define, say here, the factorial of a number. The factorial of a number with recursion. With recursion. So when you want to consider recursion, first you have to define the function. I will say the function name is factorial. Right? of n. Factorial of n. So same concept we have to use like this one. As usual, I have to copy this content completely to mark this one. So it doesn't require this option. I will remove this one. I will say here fact equal to fact into, sorry, n into fact of n minus 1. Sorry, factorial of simple logic. That's it, simple. The simple logic will keep on going. So what will happen here? First n value will take. Next is, again we are calculating the factor for the n minus 1. In the same way, next n minus 2, n minus 3, n still it go to up to 1 because we are to go up to greater than 1, right? So this is the concept is called the factor. This is concept recursion. Okay. Now I'm asking to use the function. I will say factorial of 4 or 5. Simple. That's close. So this is called function calling. This is called function calling. Right? So this is a concept of writing a function with the concept of recursion. Says what you can understand here, I am defining the function. Inside I am calling the same function. So this concept we can call it as a recursion. Whenever the function called by itself, that we can become as a recursive function. Sir, is it possible to call one function another function? That can also possible. But when the function called by itself, it is called recursive function. Let's see that example also I will explain. So what the concept here is function as parameter another function. We can also pass the function as a parameter also. That can also possible. I will take one example. I will say hi with the function name. What it contains, print welcome to Python. So I will use one more function here, def. Some say hello is one more function. In this, I am passing the hi. I will say here print welcome to classes. So this is simple logic. What we can say is I am calling one function as the parameter in another function. Simple logic. So there are so many concepts we can able to write the implementation concept. Okay. I will revise once again the today topic. Go through it. The first one, what is the function? A function is a self-contained block of statements. Why we have to use the function? Because of the reusability. Once you define, you can use any number of times. We can define a function without arguments or with arguments. It is easy to read the function code and we can able to identify the errors very quickly and we can able to solve the errors also or debug the errors also. And how to define the function? If you want to define the function, you have to use the keyword def keyword. The syntax is def keyword, function name and arguments and statements. So here the example is def add a equal to b equal. So these three we can call as the statements. This is called the function name and this is the keyword def for defining the function. And function calling, we have to use just a function name only. If you have the parameters, you have to mention the parameter, otherwise leave the parameters. See this example, I'm saying add. So what will happen when you call add, the function will be called. When you call again, the same function will be called again. So how many times you can call the function? There is no restriction. You can call any number of times. So what are the different types of functions we have? We have the functions without parameters. Means I don't have any parameter inside here. It's empty one. And this is the with the default parameters. While define the function, I am specifying the a value and b value also. That is called the default. The third case, I'm just declaring the variables, but I'm not giving any values. That is called the parameters, the keyword parameters. And the fourth one, in this case, we have to give the pass the values whenever the function is called. Okay. So in this one, I'm giving the parameters 1, A and C are the keyword parameters and B is the default parameters. In that case, there is no need to pass the value for B. You have to understand there is no need to pass the value for B. So Sir, can I pass value for B also? Yes, you can able to pass. See example. If I say here sum of 5 comma 4 comma 2, what will happen? The A will become 5, B will become 4, and 2 will become 3, C. So the previous default will be replaced with the new values. That can also possible. There is no problem. You can give whatever you want. So that is called 11. Right? So next one, positional parameters, nothing but whatever the parameter you are defining the sequence, the same sequence you have to follow in the calling side also. And a variable length means some cases I don't know exactly how many parameters I need to pass. Then I have to use a symbol asterisk followed by the parameter name. Then automatically when you call the function, how many parameters you are passing, that depend upon the base of the parameter, it will assign the values there. So that is called variable length parameter. Next, variable keyword length parameter, nothing but I don't know exactly the parameter how many you want to pass, and I don't know exactly the what arguments also pass. In that case, what I do is I can able to give the values and I can also declare the variables also. See this example, I am declaring the variables as well as we are passing the values also. I am passing the values also. This is a concept we can call as variable keyword length parameters. And now move to the concept is the recursion. What is the recursion? Nothing but it is a process of calling a function by itself. So we can, because of this one, we can reduce the length of the code. And factorial of a number without the concept of recursion is generally we can use the concept in the either we can use working with the while loop or the for loop. We can use any one of them, no problem. Whereas in case of I would like to write a function without with the concept of recursion, then I have to first define the function. So when you call the function, what will happen is it will take the n value and submit the values, and again automatically goes n-1 value for the factorial also. So this cycle will be keep on going till it reaches to 1, n value reaches to 1. So when I say the factorial of 1, the output should be the 5 as per the concept of n multiplication. 5 multiply n-1 means 4, again n-1 means 3, n-1 2, and n-1 1. This is the concept. Finally the value is, for the value 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60, and 62s are 120. So this is the concept of writing the concept of recursive functions. And we can also send one function as a parameter for another function. In this concept, I have defined two functions. Hi is one function which gives the message welcome to Python. Okay. The second is another function hello. In this way, we are passing the parameter hi. So this will what will happen is we are calling a function with parameter of another function. So now which function I have to call here? In this case, we have to call the function hello. I say hello. What will happen? It will display the content of hello and also the content of hi. So we can get this message as well as this message also. So this is a class for today. Today I have explained the concept of functions and what are the different types of function declarations and what are the concept of recursion and how we can be able to pass the parameters, functions as the parameter to other functions. So in the next class, I will discuss about the concept of file management. Actually, today I have to discuss a little bit of the delay. I will postpone to tomorrow. I will discuss the concept of file handling on tomorrow. Thank you.